Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we get to dig into music experts and people in the music industry about albums, eras, and even more. I am naturally Elise, and that is my bro.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are welcoming some fools from the Psyce podcast.
Whole Foods, insane. Good luck, everybody.
Whole Foods Market.
See, already 45 seconds in. I love it. But we're going to talk to them, and I'll actually let them introduce themselves and tell you about their podcast, and then we'll get into what we're talking about today.
Yeah. Muse, I'll let you go first.
And here I go. Take it away, Steph. I am Muse. I am one half of the Psyce podcast. We are crazy people, already explained. Our show is basically a shit ton of foolishness wrapped up in pop culture. We talk about Black music in all of its glory and make y'all laugh while we're doing it and be informative at the same time.
Hey, everybody. I'm Steph Watts, known on the internet as So 14 Below. All the things that Muse said, but at heart, we are nerds and we nerd out about music. That's why we're super excited to be on Catch That today because we love R&B representatives. I be crying every time y'all post a video. JR, you know I love your weekly videos. Y'all be having the people up on here, like all the icons be up coming down to the Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. So I'm just like happy to like be in the mix, be my fiasco, all the icons. So I'm like standing because I love y'all.
Yeah. And I don't know why I kept calling y'all the Psych podcast. Yeah.
Everybody that's not from DC say the Psych. It's fine.
I say that.
Psych only
No.
in DC.
But I'm very DC adjacent. Like that's where I spend so much time. So I don't know why I kept saying it. Like in my brain, I knew what it was, but my mouth didn't cooperate. But yes.
It's totally fine. We should have named it something else.
And I got a list, but I can barely pronounce the name of the podcast. So there's that.
That's like me. Please.
Oh, listen, my co-host, he's not. Yeah.
Watch it. That's how I pronounce nothing.
But yes. So, Jayara, how about you tell the folks what we're talking about today and a little bit of the why?
Okay, so we will be talking about Jill Scott's live album, The Experience. I'm so hyped to talk about this with Steph and Muse because I know they love Jill. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, I was like, yo, we got to get them on this show. We got to get them on this show because this will be a key for sure. Like, I knew it. And I was like, sis, I'm asking them. Like, I'm asking Steph. Like, I was nervous as shit at first to ask Steph. I was like, but at least be like telling me, like, nigga, will you just ask? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, please. So I was like, all right, I'm going to ask them. And yeah, it took me like 2 weeks, Steph, because I was like, and Elise was like, ask them. Now I was like,
he always do that.
Y'all know I did. I'm from back when y'all was on IG Live. I've been seeing this, so you knew I was supposed to say. I always be in the lives. I would have to be at work late. I would get off work, come right on to y'all live, ready.
Oh.
So I was like, yo. So I was like, all right, what album would they want to talk about? And when we saw that y'all wanted to talk about The Experience, we were hyped. I was like, yes, we get to get in depth with this. And you know what I mean? So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about where y'all were when y'all first heard it. What did y'all enjoy about it? Your favorites of it and all that good stuff. So when y'all first heard that Jill was coming out with this live album, what did y'all think? What was y'all at with it?
I was hyped because I think there's something special about artists who you love their recorded stuff. When you hear them live, it make you not want to listen to the recording no more. So I was like, I can't wait to throw away my, like, who is Jill Scott? Because I know she about to kill it. And it was also during the time of, like, the Philly neo-soul, which I know they don't like the word neo-soul, but we was going to use it just for purposes. The neo-soul era was happening. I was in 11th or 12th grade when this album dropped. So I was just being like, yo, Philly out here. We really doing it. And I think what also makes this album special for me and Muse is that it's the Philly artist doing her live show in DC.
Ooh,
so it's like the perfect connection. We had to do this album. It was just too perfect.
Yes.
Mhm.
I almost threw all of my music away aside from this album when it came out. Like, I think that because I was in like the 8th or 9th grade, and I kind of introduced my mom to Jill Scott, and a lot of people my age, it was the other way around. Like, they would hear It's Love on the radio. It kind of had a go-go beat. So people thought that she was from DC. And then we researched, found out that she was from Philly, and she was coming here. And I was like, why ain't nobody going? I ain't got no money. I'm in 8th grade. I can't go. But the way she changed everything up on this, I was just like, oh, she's about to be my favorite artist. Like, I thought that I was a Music Soul Child back then anyway. I used to wear poopies and little knit hats and the fucking Ethiopian flag wristbands and shit. Like, I really thought that I was somebody else. So it was up my alley.
Just, you know what? When it came out, I was like, all right, maybe she'll make me love getting in the way.
You didn't love it?
Because I didn't like it, y'all.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
Jayla, why did you have to say that? You know that I famously did not
I'm sorry.
like that song.
I'm sorry. Because see, the way he moved, it was like, let's go into that. That's why I was like, all right, let's go that way. I'm sorry. Go ahead, say it. You can say it. Go ahead. Oh,
no. I'm just surprised you said it. Because like I famously always say that. I did.
Yeah.
But y'all not the only ones. Apparently, everybody.
She almost lost me before she had me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people were introduced to her as this, like Steph said, this neo-soul artist. She was wearing hair wraps. She was walking around talking about Moses and Mumia. The people were confused when she had a song about beating this girl up, or at least confronting her about some nigga. So she talks about that on the live. So I think that people.
And I love it.
Yeah, me too. Oh my God.
Jill Scott's supposed to be a positive person.
Yeah.
Just because a girl rocking a natural don't mean we positive.
You can naturally get your ass beat. Okay.
I ain't even touched that girl until the 3rd verse.
Right. Okay, this Lehigh Avenue at the end of the day. That's the thing I think that's so funny about neo-soul artists is that everybody thinks they so earth and peace or whatever. They hood.
They hood as shit, y'all.
Every one of them hood.
Erica's ghetto.
D'Angelo, Churchy.
D'Angelo, he from the hood of Richmond. Like, come on. Like,
And Richmond is mostly hood.
So it's so interesting to hear y'all talk about it because I was good and grown when it came out.
How you was good and grown? Well, I know we was younger, but we came out at 01. Us three?
It came out at 01. I was 22. In 01.
I know that.
Yeah.
So black people gonna look young.
Listen,
I was to be 43 soon.
You a lie.
Oh my God.
No. Everybody say that. Everybody be thinking me and Elise the same age. I'm like, no.
I always think that I'm gonna be the baby of the group, but I think everybody at least is Steph age, and Steph not that much older than me. So I definitely thought y'all was in the same group.
I'm with Steph. Me and Steph the same.
Yeah.
Child.
You always the baby of the group for sure. But Elise, sorry. I just had to gag on the young.
Looking good.
Because the skin be clear every selfie. I be like,
don't it?
Right.
Drop
Drop the skin regimen because you look good.
Is it cuticles or is it kills?
Right.
I need to know.
So talking about this, I was going to be interesting with y'all because we were, and when you're young, those age differences is a big deal. Not so much,
right.
But yeah. So it's going to be interesting, the perspective, because yes, I was out here loving and living and learning and being in love and out of love and all that shit. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought I was, but wasn't. Didn't know what the fuck love was.
Well, slowly, surely.
You'll be agonizing in the house behind the music, though, right? Stress.
Right.
When you're caught in the maze of love, the crazy.
Right.
And Dave.
Thought it was good. Thought it was real.
thought it was. But it wasn't. Love.
I knew it. I knew this was gonna be hard for me to get through this.
She said, "Where?"
That's what I'm saying. Jill was playing this whole live. Oh my God.
Listen, like how she even come in with Love Rain the way she did, like
she had a choir behind her. Those three.
Shout out to Vivian Green. Oh,
shouts to Viv.
Viv.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. Legendary backup thing of Vivian Green, the doll.
The doll. I didn't said it.
You knew it was coming.
Yes, yo. Oh my God, Love Rain is so dope to me. Like I loved it on the album, period. So to her to open up with it, it was like
I love every version of Love Rain.
Every version.
Yeah, I had a 12-inch and it has like every different kind of version on it.
Can we have that?
So it has the coffee shop, you know, all of them. And it has instrumental and everything.
Oh, I need that. I need to track that down. Because I love the remix of Most Def. Like, Most Def's verse on the remix is everything. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. But I prefer the one where Most Def is doing the poem and not the rap. I like that one second. I like when he's doing the poetry first.
Oh.
And then the rapping one.
I need to tap into that version. See?
Yeah, because the rap one is what, the head nod? I think? Or something. Yeah. I like the coffee shop one.
Sweet.
Anytime Black people put sweet or reprise or anything like that behind the title of the song, you know it's about to be mess. So sweet, I almost lost it. I was like, what's she about to do? I be getting excited, y'all. I'm easily excitable. It don't take much.
I think that's all of us.
Right, that part. Muse, I to be honest with you, when she does Is It Love Too on the album, on this live, I thought DC was gonna go harder than he did on this though.
I feel like because I wasn't there, I can't gauge what it was given. But I know me, coming from a go-go family, I would have been on stage. I would have found a way. I would have Lil Mama Jill Scott. I literally would have been up there somehow on the rollertons, playing on the bongos. They would have kicked me out because when I'm like out here, I feel like everybody was just grooving because back then Jill Scott hadn't transcended to a lot of younger people yet. No, I feel like the aunts wasn't gonna cut a fool too bad to the go-go music. But I
think we should pause real quick and Muse, you share your like DC go-go legacy so the people know what style is being represented.
Yes. So the legend of Muse is the man, the Muse. I'm a junior, so Michael Muse is actually my real name. It's not no alias. I'm not yinging around the message boards with fake names. That's my name. My dad was the first male singer of Rare Essence, which is like a legendary old school go-go band. Here, they came like maybe third or fourth in the lineup of go-go bands after Chuck Brown. So early 80s, go-go kind of like picked up late 70s, and then towards the end, I was born in 1988. So Rare Essence came out right before I was born, basically. And from there, my father went to a bunch of different go-go bands. He was in like Touch of Essence, which was a lot of like the people from Rare Essence. They had like switched groups. Then he was in like Proper Utensils, First Touch, First Impressions. Like it was like a whole bunch of different bands that he kind of went through. But being a kid of the 70s, he always had like his heart set on, you know, that like old school boy band music, like Delphonics, Stylistics, like all of those type of people. And he got a chance to lead the Stylistics in their Japanese leg of their tour maybe 3 years ago as the lead singer. So like made his dream come true. He actually just debuted as the lead singer of the Soft Tones. So he'll be singing with them coming up really soon too. So when people introduce me, like I lived in New York, I lived in Atlanta, and my people from here will be like, oh, he the Diggy Simmons of DC. That's not cute, first of all. But I get what they're saying. Like my dad is kind of like a local celebrity. And then, yeah, that's it.
Wow.
It's in the blood.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so cool. Yeah.
That's just my dad. Like I get all of that, and I'm proud of him for all of that. But like, that's my father. I don't look at him as like Jay-Z or nothing like that. My dad.
Right. Oh man, he was lead singer. So he helped the Delphonics. He gave them that extra boost that they needed.
JR, don't do this. Don't do this.
No,
I know when he said it, you just start smiling because you saw what I did. So I wanted to make it known that I saw it.
There's some dissension in the lineup of the Delphonics. I ain't gonna lie, because when he debuted with the Stylistics, that's the group that he was in. The Delphonics performed like right before them, and I was like, this don't sound the same. Something ain't right. So I don't know what's going on in the vocal cords, but I know what you're talking about. You don't have to do too much.
That's why I was a little like, yo, I wanted that crowd to go crazy like they did on Do You Remember? Because you see the crowd was with Jill, like, especially the dudes. The dudes represented on Do You Remember? Like, the girls was like, she was like, come on, sing. Don't be scared, like, sing. And the dudes is like, and she felt it. She was like, ow, okay.
But I will say, I think that like, and this is with any city that like creates a genre of music, you be like, who this outsider trying to do our sound? And then you be like more so trying to assess if they doing it right more than enjoying it. So that's probably what was also going on. They were like, Jill, what girl?
Yeah.
Because you know Jill got to DC and was like, oh, they about to go crazy when I do this, John.
Yeah, she probably.
Meanwhile.
Like, I was like, damn, they not giving me what I thought. Like, I'm like, I want to hear the crowd loud, and they ain't giving me that.
I noticed that. That's such a good observation, because you're right. The people are going off the whole concert, and then you can hear the crowd, you can hear the participation, all of that shit. But then when that song come on, it is a little quiet in the audience.
Yeah, that's something.
It took time really before people really went up for that song. It did. I mean, outside, I don't know what's going on in DC, but I wasn't going to that album. I love that song, but I wasn't listening to it for that.
I think that that's true too.
That album was so strong that, you know,
that's
good songs, you might have ignored them for a little bit.
I don't know what the breakout was in Philly or other cities, but in DC, It's Love was the first single. They played that on the radio and they played it out.
Oh, wow.
See that? Oh,
really?
But
they
then
played that on the radio here.
Yeah, not
and The Way came out. I actually think that those songs took place over It's Love for people here. Like, they love The Way. They love Getting in the Way. So I think they were more excited to hear the other songs. So you got a point.
Damn, I did not know that. I did not know that It's Love, they was playing that like crazy in DC.
Oh, no.
Well, it would make sense.
It was real bad. Like, we had to dance to it in middle school and everything. Or on stage dance, like not like my friends made something up. No, like we had dance class in my middle school. That's another fun fact. I'm a classically trained dancer. We don't have to talk about it. It's fine. But in middle school, we had a performance, and that was one of the things that we had to dance to. I was like, this is
wow.
fun.
See, I went in for that joint because I didn't really know go like that. Being in Jersey and New York, I didn't know it. So when I heard it, and I'm like, and them drums on it, I'm like, oh, that shit not in my 6 CD changer in my room, yes. In my room, and I'm adding bass to that joint. That shit hit. My mother would be like, turn that down, please. Thank you. It's in my seat. I saw, but she was like, I like it though. But I was
about to say, because I know that mom liked that song.
Oh yeah, she liked it. You know what I mean? Because
you know, like the party, so I know she was jamming.
Oh yeah, she was, because she, you know what I'm saying? She like because her girls are Salt and Pepper, so she was happy when they was putting go into their stuff. So she was like, she loved playing It's Your Thing, Shake Your Thing, and she love that. And I'd be like, Mom, this song, please play something else. Like, I'm over it. Right? But she like, you got a lot of damn nerve because all these songs you be playing over and over. I'm like, well, look where I get it from.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, y'all, can we talk about The Way though?
Let's talk about it.
let's talk. Listen. Go ahead, sis. You want to say?
I was just going to say that there's just something about the song that just don't get old. And I think a lot of it is, especially hearing it live. Like I've seen Jill Scott live a couple times, and it's just something about that song. Like it's like a hush comes over the crowd, and everybody just waits to say grits. And then, but it's just something about that groove that everybody just love. You know, it just feel good.
Especially when, to me, my favorite is when Mike Phillips comes in and she gives him that solo, and then the background, then Vivian and all the girls come in and they just kill it. I'll be like, yo, I don't want this shit to end at all. And now, mind you, I love horns. Yeah, I said it first, at least. I love horns, right? And that I don't even think about that no more. When Vivian and the girls come in, I'm like, please don't stop. And then the music stops and they just ride into the end. And then Jill be like, then she give us the fake, bye y'all, bye. Like the little face shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to leave, knowing you got to come back. You know what I mean? But it was cool. It was cool. But Mike Phillips don't get a lot of credit for what he do either. Because that man know he can play the hell out of a damn saxophone. He's one of my favorites anyway. So he was shining on this. Him and Thaddeus and Eric and
name them.
Listen, yo.
Like Jill found a way.
Was Jet Bradshaw at this show too?
Huh?
Was Jet Bradshaw playing this show too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I know it was Thaddeus and I know it was Eric that was playing the drums and the bass. And I know Mike Phillips is obviously there, but I don't think Jeff was there on this.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but don't quote me. Yeah, don't quote me.
And then the fact is, y'all talking about the instruments and her talking her little shit, making her little jab. Talking about some real live instrumentation.
Jill a fool. Jill is a fool.
How you come say something at the table talking shit?
Listen, again, Lehigh Avenue, North Philly.
Yeah.
I ain't start beating somebody's ass into the bread.
Positive,
so what we
sometimes
doing?
it's not.
Hello?
You know.
Oh, God.
Queen shouldn't swing, but, she didn't say they can't swing.
She said it's the principle.
The principle.
And I love it about those concerts too, how she weaves this like storytelling in her in the concert, and there's like a performance around it. Like we went to go see her Muse in Philly at the Mann Center, and first of all, she had it set up like a living room. So you just feel like you were at her house at a salon. You know, they have like people used to have like the rich Black people have folks come over, they would just sing and stuff. It was giving that kind of vibe. And she was, I forgot what song, I think she was singing My Love or something, but she was talking and me and Muse sitting there like, is she telling us her business or is she acting? What is going on? She gave the fake tears. We was like, what is? Jill will give you a full experience. And I love that the album was called The Experience. That's what concerts for her are like, for sure.
It felt personal. Like it felt like this is the first time we heard her on stage for me, at least speaking for myself. It was the first time I heard her on stage. And I felt like she was giving us a little bit more insight into where the songs came from, what they meant to her, why she wrote them. And she broke things down and even animated her voice in certain ways to emphasize parts that we probably didn't pay attention to. And my nerdy ass, I'm in here like, what that mean? That means something else. Like, what is this giving? So I just felt like I needed to hear that to understand more about the song. Because again, being younger, I hadn't been through a lot of stuff that she was talking about, but I could still vibe with it, and understanding it a little better was important.
That's why they irk me when they talk about like Jill with this, you know how she was, getting sexual on stage. I was like, Jill been doing this shit. Like, what are we talking about here?
That's so that people don't listen to lyrics.
They don't. Love Rain tells you everything you need to know.
You know what it reminds me of? Well, I'm gonna tell you what part of it is. For one, they don't want plus size Black women being sexy, because you see how they'll say, oh, but Missy don't do that. And I'm like, every Missy song is nasty.
Everyone.
You right about that.
And it's blatant. It's not hidden. It's not no coded language. They're just nasty. And so it's like, if a big Black woman do anything, oh, she can't be sexy, or it's, you know, oh, that's performative and blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck you.
Let's meanwhile, everybody know in the hood, the plus size girls bad more than the other girls.
Yeah.
When I was 16, it was popping outside.
Yeah. Y'all gonna get all these roles, and yes, I'm gonna wear a crop top every day of the summer, and y'all can kiss my ass if you don't like it, you know?
I feel
they
like
gonna kiss it because they love it.
women of a certain size are getting sexy to me. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just a Black thing, but I just be like, y'all don't want them to do what? They taught y'all how to do it.
Oh.
Hello?
There.
Hello?
Yeah. So yeah.
No jackets, no umbrellas.
Just warm.
That's
what I'm talking about. The animation and her voice on certain parts.
I love it, yo.
No jackets.
No umbrellas.
What word?
It's like bows after it's like, stop it.
Like, what is it? And I didn't listen to that like that on the regular album. So this
Me either.
Like, oh wow, she's taking it there. She's taking it.
One dramatic thing that she does throughout the this live is anytime she like starts like emulating Patti LaBelle, that shit cracks me up. Cause she sounds good, but it's funny because you know she's referencing Patti, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's cute.
And Patti be a good sport about stuff like that too.
Yeah.
She does.
She'll lose her.
Everybody on, it's fine.
Oh God. Oh man. It's just, y'all, why haven't Jill did any more like live albums, yo? Because this album to me makes it like the audience was for her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell that they were really here for Jill. And I'm like, for that, why can't you do more? Like, I know she did one in Paris or something like that, but they made that like on Spotify that I saw, but I haven't seen her make another like live album. I think that would be great. I don't know why y'all think she hasn't done it.
Well, why haven't nobody done it? When the last time a live album came out?
That's true.
Like in general, right?
That's
true. A lot of the girls
can't bad or indifferent.
Stephanie said
that's true. That's true. Who the last one? Ain't it B? She the last one, right?
And she did like a couple live things, but
I don't know.
The live album, yeah, it's been a while.
The Win was probably the last one, and she attached everything to a visual, so I don't understand why more people are not doing it.
Right. Because then it's like all of our like neo soul, we don't like the word, but all of them was doing some dope ass live albums. You had D'Angelo did the live at the cafe. You got Maxwell did Unplugged. Erica did her live. Jill did hers. I'm like, y'all, what are we doing? Like,
but what's wild is they all did these lives after their first albums, and then they didn't even have a lot of songs.
Right.
And now
think about Erica live. That was Baduism.
Yep.
You know, Jill, this was volume 1. You know, you had your few new songs, but that's it.
I think the only person that could probably carry a live album right now is maybe Jasmine, but y'all know Jasmine be feeling weird about
everything
herself, so might feel like her vocals aren't strong enough. But I would love a live album from Jasmine. I would actually not mind a live from Lucky Day.
I wouldn't either. Honestly,
I gotta give homage to the people that still make regular R&B that ain't talking about licking and sticking it, which is fine, but it's a way to say it that's a little more finesse, and I like that.
Right.
He don't talk about sex and stuff that much, but I just, have to give life to artists that's doing something different, and I think Lucky can actually sing. Like, I was watching when he performed with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and you listen to an artist record it, you don't think nothing about it, but when he got up there with Earth, Wind, and Fire on, I think it was Good Morning America, I was like, oh, wait, he can sing. Oh, this is different. Oh, okay.
That's what it got me. That's when it got me with Lucky Day, because I was like, at first, I would love this music, but I was like, let me see what he giving live. And then we did it with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I said, wait a minute. Oh, this motherfucker can sing. So I'm like, that's why Jimmy Tian and Terry Lewis like this dude. Like, I get it. Okay. But
all the older artists love him, but I think also because he's older, like he's almost 40 years old. So I think that he also brings a different point of view to music. So that's why his R&B is not, no shade, what Chris Brown has been giving us for however many years,
Mm-hmm. But yeah. I think of who else could give us a live album. I don't know.
It's crazy because I go to concerts like pandemic, but I'm gonna see the music live. And so many artists that I love have great live shows. And most people don't go to concerts on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. That's not something that everybody just gets up and goes to, or they don't know when the tickets drop, or they're just not tracking music like we are, right? So if they did provide like a DVD after, a live, a Blu-ray or something, everybody would get back into like live music and what those artists give. I've been going to concerts since I was little. Like Fort DuPont Park used to have Shaka Khan, Roy Ayers, Patty, like just old head music people in the crowd, like blankets on the grass, just outside music like, weekly. So if growing up, I'm like, I gotta go to the concert. And then people are like, oh, I ain't never seen her live, or I never did this. I'm just like, what? You love this lady, right?
Right.
It be the fans. Be the fans.
And I think you said earlier, it's like, why, like, people today are so visual. Why people aren't putting out, just a visual concert? It doesn't even have to be all splashy. Just like,
this might be controversial, but her could give me a live album.
I don't think that's controversial. The set list is going to be controversial, but she's going to sound great.
Her live, it was honestly one of the best concerts I went to last year. Glasses get on my nerves sometimes, but that was a concert. She did so good. And she did all of the songs that people want to hear, but she did throw in some stuff that it was just like, oh, these are songs that are making you famous and we don't know why. But she did enough of what I like for me to love it. And she sounds amazing.
Because a little bit, I love her, but it's like sometimes I feel like she's like the industry plant to me.
Oh, yeah, we say that.
It's more than sometimes.
Oh, yeah, well, I know y'all.
You know where we stand. We like her, but she's an industry plant.
She's an industry plant to me. Because it's like, it's like they want us to be satisfied. Like, okay, yeah, y'all got her. She can sing. She can do all that. Don't complain. She's out here winning Oscars and stuff. So she's doing it for the culture. And I'm like,
is she?
No. But I agree with you, Muse. I think she would be dope live, honestly. Give a dope live album. I think that would be great.
And they would let her do it, right? I think a lot of what we don't know is they might not be licensing the people to do this stuff. And every artist ain't got the money to do it on their own and put out this bomb live album.
That's true.
They would give her all of what she needed to do this and do it very well. So I would be interested in seeing that. It's got to be more people than just them.
But I think also too, like, I don't know, and I'm not saying I'm 100%, I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know if every good live concert can translate to a live album.
That's true too. That is true.
But I think that there needs to be, like, no shade with Beyonce. I need to see her in order to like get into
yeah.
I have a hard time just listening. And so it's certain artists because Jill is giving you theatrics. She's talking, she's giving personality. And that's what makes a live album good, because it's like, oh, I feel like I'm there. Or like Mary Live, like you really like Mary is just giving it on the Mary J. Blige live album, But I don't know if every artist can do it, especially a lot of the young people, they don't be talking and giving personality. They just want to sing, and then be gone and done with it. Like, we would go see Sabrina Claudio before the pandemic, and first of all, she sounds great live, but what made her show so good, she performs like a lounge singer. Mm-hmm. She's just walking around, she's like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Does everyone have their cocktails? Okay, are we ready to sing? And you get so wrapped up in it because she's just giving you so much personality. Like, she reminds me of how Teacher Moses performs, like very like, I got my cognac. I'm talking, I'm telling jokes. And, a lot of artists don't have that personality that will, translate either to a record.
Oh, you just hit the nail on the head. Personality.
These personalities, these girls and dudes that's out now is just dry as hell.
Yeah. Because think of this time period, think of who was out. They had, not only could they sing, but they had personality. Mm-hmm. Maybe not music, but he had good songs, but he zero personality.
That train is never late.
Music hood, he don't care. He like, yo, let me sing my little yin yang yangs and go home.
Yeah.
But that's how Philly niggas are though. They ain't gonna get too excitable. So I ain't gonna expect him. I know he's gonna do 10,000 runs, and I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna be right with him, like.
That's why I was happy when he brought Lucky Day out. I was like, okay.
That was such a cute moment. That was the first time I ever seen him smile. Like, y'all, I posted a picture of, I used to be in this group and singing group at my high school, and we opened up for him after his first album. So I've been a music stan since the first album. When I tell you, I go to every show he had. Ain't never seen that man smile till Lucky Day ass got up on that Versus stage. And I was like, he smiles. He gets happy.
That is a thing.
I ain't gonna be having it for nobody.
That is a thing. Mary J. Blige just started smiling the other day, so I get it. She worries me a little bit, y'all. I'm sorry.
I'm a fan. Real, for real, and she worries me. For real. I'm happy because I can say this. Mary full of shit because she knows she ain't stopped drinking for the longest. I don't give a damn what she was telling motherfuckers. I don't look. A drinker knows when a drinker drinks. And that girl been drinking from then. She ain't stopped. She might have stopped that. That might have ended. But that ain't never stopped. Like in her Love and Life DVD, she was like, this is apple cider. Girl, stop.
I love that Love and Life DVD. People need to do that too. Bring back CDs with the DVD, with the behind the scenes stuff. You will love it.
But what do people play that on now? Technology is so different. There's no DVD players. You gotta have a PlayStation 5 and watch it on Blu-ray. You can't even watch that shit no more.
Right.
You're right.
Here, everything is on the internet. But people not even creating landing pages and just having a concert play on there like Erica did during the pandemic that lasts forever. It's weird. It's so weird.
You know what? Oh, speaking of Jill, going back to Jill for a second, Elise made me listen to Jill so differently now. I've been a fan of Jill always, but she fucking enunciates words, yo. Yeah, Elise, that's one thing that thing there, Elise, she will kill an artist if they don't pronounce a word right. She be like, that's not, no, you missing a couple of syllables. What are we doing here?
It's only 2 or 3 artists that can get away with that for me, like a D'Angelo or whatever.
I was gonna say, what you think about D'Angelo? Because
you don't say nothing right
at all.
What is he saying? I don't know, but we gonna sing along because Black people gonna make up our own words if we don't do nothing. Right.
One of my favorite recent songs, Really Love. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about at all. I just like the song. It's my favorite.
No lie, Muse. I don't know either. And I love the record. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying?
He all clocking at the two.
That's the only thing we know. Wouldn't know a thing. Couldn't recite a lyric.
But I do love that Jill enunciates because it adds to the theatricalness of what she's saying.
Yes.
She has of real life literature background. Like Mama's a full published poet. She gotta pronounce words. If don't nobody else do it, she got to.
And that's why I'm funny about it, because I'm a full published poet and, you know, former spoken word.
You better let us know. You better.
It's a resume. I love it.
You know, so and that's how I speak, you know. So I like to hear it. It's like, yeah.
I also really like that this came with almost a whole nother album of new music with it.
And
like,
that's what, yes.
Poetry.
And that's what I saw. And that's what I saw on reviews that, again, that they was like, I could have got the live album and nothing else.
Yeah, I feel like the songs on the second disc were a little more like political and stuff like that, and people weren't really feeling it. And I think that like maybe Gimme might have been the only one that kind of got through. But I love like One Time with Eric Roberson.
I was just about to say that. That's my shit, yo.
I love that song.
I like Sweet Justice.
I love Gotta Get Up.
I love Sweet Justice.
Gimme was my least favorite of the newer tracks.
Yes. It's definitely.
Yeah. This
video don't even feel like Jill. This is a little like playful and cheesy almost, and I just didn't expect that from her. But
I love Be Ready.
Gimme Be Ready.
When you come to me.
Ooh.
Be ready. Be.
I love the second disc. And like even with
and then she started.
Like when the girls will all start singing, we say "Let Her Be Elevated." I used to be in my room like, yes.
I also think that was a very good segue from first album to second album, because even if people didn't like those songs on that second half of the live, it made perfect sense that the next album came out after that, because the music sounded similar to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not afraid to be your daddy. That was something that would have been on this.
I'm not afraid to be your whore.
First person.
Oh, thank you, sis, for what you saying about joint with Eric Roberson. He is so like underrated, and like a lot of people don't talk about the things that he did, because what he also did for her background singer Vivian Green on A Love Story.
Listen, hello, what he's done for music, and I was shocked that he didn't come out for Merry Go Round to sing a little background.
Right.
But Eric Roberson is just so talented, and just like needs to get his flowers, because he was just so instrumental in R&B at that time. And I don't think people realize, because everybody not nerdy like us and be up in the credits like.
Listen,
especially now, people definitely not in the credits now because they're not even getting the physical. So, even like Keith Pelzer, who was super instrumental in Jill's first album, like legend, like icon, but so many people don't know, That's another big thing about her trajectory from the beginning of her career to now live. The musicians like was on her line. Like she had the backing of all of the greats, and if you're not a concert goer, you don't even get to experience that, because you don't know.
You don't.
People just be popping up. You'll random see some famous drummer in the background, like, is that? Because I was at church and he was like, the story stuff, just like the familiarity. I live for shit like that. So this album did a lot for me, because I was like, wait, that's who? And
right, that's the other thing, like certain people love musicians too. Like there used to be like musicians would have a following, and I think that kind of died out for a while, and then Robert Glasper kind of brought it back, where people start being like, oh, who's this musician? So, we thinking about a Terrace Martin, we thinking about a Robert Glasper, we thinking about a Kamasi Washington. When, after this era, you really weren't tapping into musicians. It became about the producer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what we missing too, though. I think that's what we're missing. Those, because I'm like, when you think, you go back to the 70s and like the bands, like those bands, and me and Elise talk about that so much, that we're missing bands. Like That's why, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I want live albums because I want to hear the drum. I want to hear playing the bass. I want to hear like, we don't even got that. That's why I would just, and it shows the artistry so much better in a live album to me. Because again, if you did not love Jill's first album like that, which I don't know who you are and you stupid, but
well,
but if you listen to this live album, you be like, yo, this shit is dope. Let me go back and listen to this album and see why it is the way it is now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, this experience really helped that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, Stephanye, I'm like, shit, I don't have to listen to the album, to be honest. I could just listen to this live album and I'm good. Because I just be wanting to sing, do you, with the dudes. Like, that's just being to me.
Like, y'all are going to Roots Picnic, right?
Yes.
Oh, a family reunion. Can't wait.
Yes.
It's going to be a ball. I'm having something at my house the day before. I will let everybody know once I get the plans together. But, you know, the live band is so, like you said, JR, will really change your whole idea about an artist, because I've always liked Usher, right? Like, okay, everybody like Usher. But hearing Usher at Roots Picnic, backed by the Roots, was something else. Like, those songs sounded like completely different. And I didn't know he played the bongos. So he up here on the bongos singing, and I was just like, okay, Sheila E. Like, it was crazy. It was such a crazy experience. And it's just like, you know, it brings a different, like, you know, I know y'all vinyl lovers too. Like, the quality of sound on a vinyl is just so specific. And the same thing with hearing somebody live, it's just so specific. It just makes for a very different listening experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, speaking of Roots, actually, somebody got a bomb-ass band. They talk about musicians. I don't know their names, but the guys that play for Summer Walker,
baby,
ain't no
church
joke.
goers.
Yo, like they play like Kojic church musicians.
Real bad.
It's great. Now she ain't gonna do much.
Clearly,
That band.
because why would I even want to go to her concert when she ain't gonna do songs on the album that's good? Like, I'm
gonna
confused.
sit there and be like, I ain't taking your shit today. Sit down while the band is like.
But the band goes off, and I think that is something about going to see live music. I love a good performance. I pay top dollar to see Beyonce shake her ass and sing live. But there is something about a good ass band. I will go see Summer and not care, because I know she just gonna sit there. I know she gonna be weird. I know she gonna be awkward. She might not even do the song that I want her to do, but she gonna give me a different interpretation of the songs that she do because of that band. That band.
That band is nasty, y'all.
Like, she even makes SZA sound different live on No Love when they do it with their band. And I'm just like, I didn't know that SZA could do that. And I like SZA. A lot of people don't. We don't got to talk about it. But it just is something else with that band. I don't know. I'm going to be at the stage. I'm going to be moving around more than she is, though.
1,000%.
I'm going to...
Because Mama ain't moving. She's sitting down and we getting 5 songs.
Or walking backwards. Like, she just be doing anything.
I feel sorry for a lot of kids, because
that's what they used to now.
Is it somebody singing over a pre-recorded track? A lot of time with vocals on it. Especially the rappers, but the R&B girls do it too, and it's mostly the girls. The boys don't do it too bad, but the girls, they do that shit.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, it's gross. But you know, I had to blame the '90s for a lot of that.
Ooh, say more,
please.
Singing over recorded tracks, yes.
Oh, you mean like the pre-recorded girls? Oh,
yeah. I'm saying, well, people not having bands. Yes.
With the backing track. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I blame the '90s was when that shit started.
True.
That's true.
Before that, you couldn't go on nobody's stage without no band. You get laughed out the arena.
That's true.
Money is a part of that, because you got to pay all them people. I wonder if like that's also part of it. They just cost a lot, because you know they don't invest in black music for real unless it's brand.
The money isn't there on our side of music like it used to be, And now I feel like it's the norm to not pay the people. So, for instance, we went to go see Snow Allegra. We talk about this concert all the time. She had a drummer, and that was it. I was at the bar the whole time.
And she move around less than Summer.
Yeah, and I think that she
really.
She sounds just like the album, with voice, but it was a dry, very, very dry concert.
She didn't have no set. She just had this like light, and she had like a jumpsuit on, and she just stood there. Like, she sang exactly like the album. She didn't give you no variations of anything, and just stood there.
I don't need it. No, I'm good. I don't need it. And I bang with her too. That's why I was like,
you too.
Her music is good, but I don't. It's certain artists that I've just like separated my love for their music and actually needing to pay to see them live. Because I'm ready to go see everybody that I like at least once to try it out, right? But everybody isn't consistent and everybody isn't worth it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta pay attention to it. Why you laughing so serious?
Because you said it's not worth it. Like
it's not. It's not. You can ask Steph. I give everybody a chance. I like most artists, at least a little bit, until they do something to make me mad. But I don't need to go see everybody. And I'm interested to see as many people as I can, but I don't. I would never see Summer. I said that I would never see Summer again because I saw her live. She opened up for Black, 6 Lack. And he's such a like dominant performer. Like he had people bowing to him like he was Jay-Z. And I was just like, well, that's shocking. Love you. But for her to open up, I was more interested in her musicality and the things that she was doing than the performance. So I was like, she gonna give you something you never heard. She mixed Erykah Badu's Honey with like a Thundercat beat and sang over top of that. And I was like, and her band was going along with it. And she like played the guitar a little bit. I was like, okay, that's a little interesting. But she didn't get up out her seat at all. So I was like, I'm never going to go see her again. That's one of her first 2 actual albums. Not the EPs, but Over It and Still Over It. And I was like, oh no, I need to hear these live because I know what the band going to do.
I would go to somebody damn concert and they sit in a fucking chair. I'd go to fuck off.
Listen, how we standing up, you sit down.
Because I'm gonna move around. I can't.
Yes.
if these acts that are senior citizens is still out dancing and with coordinating outfits and still singing and sounding good, what is your excuse? You fucking child, damn near.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Because I don't think that I would give a lot of people the license that I give her because I like her music so much. But I usually agree with you. Like, why y'all just sitting down?
The only person that can sit down, if I go to see Michelle Degacelli, she's sitting down. She's playing a fucking guitar.
I got emotional because I went to Michelle Degacelli's run at the Blue Note when she was playing with Robert Glasper.
Listen, I would have thought.
Yo, that show took me to the upper room. I could not. My face was like melting because again, the level of musicianship. I think Nate Smith might have been on the drums. It was just like all of their whole crew. Harold, all of them was all there. And then her came out the audience and they performed better than I imagined. And they performed it for like 8 minutes. I was just like,
my boxer briefs would have been thrown on the stage. Better than I imagined is a problem for me. It really is.
It's a beautiful song. And it sounds so good recorded, but y'all, like, again, the live instrumentation took that song to a whole nother place.
And that's why we need live albums now. Exactly, yo. Exactly. Because it takes you to another, like, again, it made me, with Jill, it made me like getting in the way.
I would like to know what her thoughts are about this exact topic. Like, how does Jill feel about the impact that this Experience album had and why it kind of like never happened again? It would be interesting to see what she said.
Yes. Maybe the label didn't want. Yeah, go ahead, sis. You go ahead.
Okay. Another song that I didn't really care for until the live album is One Is a Magic Number.
Oh, a hit.
Oh,
That was my shit then and now.
Yeah.
Really, sis? You didn't care for it?
Not until the live album.
Was it like the little merengue, the little maracas and stuff in the background? It was.
No, I like that.
Maybe.
Okay.
No, I like that. That I like. But I don't know. It was just, I don't know. And maybe it was a case of like not interpreting the song until in a certain way until I heard the live. And then, I mean, now it's fine. But in the beginning, that was like kind of my song. I would skip, you know. But yeah, that was the other one.
That's what me and Muse call, we say we'll skip the song, but it's not a skip. It's like you notice inherently that the song is good, but it's not good shit. So you like, I skip it, but I recognize that it's not a skip.
Yeah, just like the difference between best and favorite. Like your best song might not be my favorite song, but I understand why this is your best, even if I
Yes.
Do you know what? Do you know, but the song that I love, like leaps and bounds more recorded and not on the live? A Long Walk.
Really?
I like the album version a gazillion times more than the live one.
It's because the live version is like kind of like noisy, but not noisy in a chaotic way. But I think there's something that feels like taking a walk outside with the recording, where the live has a little more.
That's what it is. That's exactly right. Yes. Yes. That song is supposed to be just. But I don't want to hear you do runs and do stuff on it. I want to picture a sweet first date kind of walk. I
feel you.
I want that mood evoked. Not. Yeah, I know you can sing, Jill, but I just.
She was being extra. I get it. She was trying to like show out what she could do.
Yeah. And every other Jill song, I want her to be extra, but just not on that particular song.
And that's the song that made you really fall in love with her.
It did, because getting in the way just didn't do it for me. Almost lost me at the beginning.
Yeah. Yo, when me and Elise talked about that, I was like, I didn't like it. She was like, I didn't either. Like, I'm like, but we said the live album, we heard it. I said, okay, Jill, I'm there. You got it. I got it.
What did y'all think about her including Fatback Taffy? Because that's just so random.
I didn't like that. I didn't like it.
I skip it.
I thought
it doesn't make sense in the,
I thought we were going to fight about that because I hate that song. But I'm glad that I'm in good company because especially because, again, wasn't there, should have been. I'm too adjacent to not have been there. Like, I'm actually mad about that. But for her to act like she was going to go away and then that was part of her encore.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you do that? Don't nobody care about this? We never even heard that before. And what is Fatback Taffy? Like, I'm not country, so I don't know. I don't know what I didn't know what Fatback was at all at that time.
You be full all day.
She's funny, so I laughed. But then after a while, I was like, I'm not listening to this. Get the bag off the TV. I didn't.
Oh God!
That shit getting canceled. I'm sorry.
Oh God! Oh man!
Loving this live album so much. Now I want to see her do the songs that she didn't do. Like my man exclusively introduced me. If she like did some rendition of that, I think it's better that I would have cried.
I wouldn't be able to handle that live.
Me either.
Fall out.
I wouldn't have been able to handle
the storytelling in her, like inherently, like laid in the stanzas of her music. I want to see all of it now.
Jill, we want it. Thank you.
Thank you and good night. And you know what? We could honestly do a redo of the verses since they want the girls singing at verses now. Cause Jill and Erica was just bopping and having a good time, but I could have stood for a little vocal from
before Brandy Monica. Jill and Erica was my favorite verses.
Yes, because it was so chill. It was so everybody was high.
Jill definitely was high. Them eyes were low.
Flossy, she said.
And you know Erica was on her own planet anyway.
Planet her.
It was It was all love. It was like loving each other, and it was just like, oh yeah, y'all motherfuckers high, but okay, I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm good.
I was high too. Sure.
It was like 3
I
hours
was
too.
drunk,
The first
so-
time he had a really long verses as well. We was like, then they still
Yeah.
going. I ain't mad because they still got hits. Like they wasn't slowing down. There wasn't no fillers, nothing.
I mean, but they discographies really like give that.
Yeah. Catalogs, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Whew.
Honey Molasses live.
That would be a problem.
I would leave.
I couldn't handle that.
I
I could not handle that. 'Cause that's my favorite song on the album. So
Actually, I've seen her do it live. She was down Temple, and it was in her set list.
You know, I seen her do it live because I was down Temple. You know, Octavia? Yeah, I was.
The spirit of Auntie came out. No, I remember, and I lost it. I was like, Jill, like I was in the nosebleeds losing it.
No, remember we saw her headline Afropunk.
Oh, right. And
she
you know what she did? She did Watching Me at Afropunk, and I was really shocked.
What?
Yeah.
Security.
You keep saying that I'm free. Because you know, Afropunk is righteous and militant children. So she had to come out and get the people together from a Black Lives Matter perspective.
So DirecTV, am I watching it? Is it watching me? I really don't know.
And again, I told y'all I was off my Music Soul Child when that album dropped. So I was in there like, I don't know. She talking about some shit. And it's like, I really thought I was a Black Panther. It's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if somebody, let me see if somebody down to the YouTube recorded that whole performance, because her Afropunk performance was, she ain't sang that many songs, but she sang everything so long, if that makes sense. Like every song was so long.
Mm-hmm. Again, a reprise.
And she had a living room up there too.
The room was living.
It's only giving bits and pieces. Nobody got the whole performance. Y'all fake.
Damn.
What do you think about Ari doing the live?
Do it, please.
I'm here for it.
Because Ari Lennox used to be a completely different type of artist, right? Like the first time I saw her live, she had on combat boots and like army fatigue shorts. She looked like a skateboarder. And she was singing all her EP songs. Sounded great, but just a different performer. And now that they've kind of like glamorized her, like sexed her up a little bit, and she still performed like the regular Around the Way joint, the way she be grooving and stuff.
With
like
her hand, she always got this hand going.
That's how Aunt Sherry danced, real like at the church house. But it would be interesting to see her do all of those songs in this new give. I would like it.
I'm here for it.
She not at Roots, but she's at Broccoli Fest. Can't wait.
Oh, okay. But y'all seen her live, haven't y'all?
Not recently. I saw her live before the first album came out. And the first actual album was like my second most listened to album of that year. So I'm over it.
Gotcha.
I went to the Shea Butter tour. Actually with myself. I went to the Shea Butter tour.
That's when she had the mannequin heads on stage like she was in a beauty
shop. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't like
Oh, see.
It's just interesting to watch her in general. Now, she went to my high school and no one knew her. She wasn't like loud and outspoken. She didn't like make an impact. But I'm older than her a little bit, so but I didn't know her. And she was right in the school hall.
Yes. Oh man. Y'all some fools, y'all know that?
Listen, take some foods and know some foods. We had a ball.
That part.
We had a ball. This was everything.
More crazy.
So I'm on the fly gonna do our word association, because you know.
Ooh.
But
I love word association.
All right. So I am gonna give you a live album, and you tell me the first song, thought, or memory that comes up when I say it. Don't think about it too hard.
Okay.
All right. Maxwell, MTV Unplugged.
So if oh, that was everything. Ooh, the mellow smooth, okay? That's
I found a way to talk about Maxwell and D'Angelo.
Right.
Oh, you see, I clocked it early, okay? I said, it's the dolls up here. Yes, that's definitely my song.
All right. What about you, Muse? What's the first thing that pops in your head?
I think it would have been that too, but Stephanie little dance threw me off.
Oh yeah, she did that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maxwell Live is something different, y'all. Like even the way he did his Soul Train Acceptance this past year, and the way and his new song is even really good. Like I've never seen him live, but I can only imagine because I love his music so much.
All right. Next, we'll stay on Unplugged. Mariah Carey Unplugged.
Stephanie is a lamb.
All I can do is see Kelly Price hollering.
Hey, I mean that's association. I mean
Kelly Price and that sister going off.
That sister.
Yeah, what is it? Catrice?
Something
I know
along
I love
those
that.
lines.
I love it. Mariah was giving, even though that thing ain't very.
yeah.
When it comes to the stage, she's awful. She gets no.
That thing used to get booed off of concerts that she headlined.
Yes, Mariah, give us.
So I'm a lamb, but I actually only see Mariah Carey perform live 2 times. Once was after she broke her arm, and they said it was a Mariah Carey concert, but she really just sang like 2 songs for the troops, and so we were like, "What? We out of here at Central Park."
For the troops is
and no, for real, we were like, "What?" So Marines start doing stuff. We was like, "Oh, we're out of here. We're going to BBQs." And then the second time I saw her was one of her Christmas reviews.
Oh Lord,
that was the craziest experience I've ever had in my life, yo. I don't know what shrooms and them kind of drugs is like, but that's what I imagine being on shrooms is like, going to Mariah Carey Christmas. It was like the fans all had like this crazy merch. This one girl had Coach sneakers. They were actually Coach, but they had Mariah Carey's face on them. This one girl had a lamb costume on. Mariah, like, you know, Mariah doesn't move by herself. If y'all ever
no.
So she was like standing and she would look at the boyfriend and he would come escort her to the other side of the stage. It was like her kids came out. It was toy soldiers jumping around. It was crazy. I was like, and shockingly, she sounded like pretty good. Like she sounded pretty good, but it was just so chaotic. It was sparklers and tinsel. I was like,
reeling, brother.
What?
Crazy.
Right.
Y'all, I was like, am I high? Like, what?
Mariah Carey is a kooky lady, though. Like, we don't talk about that enough. I listened to the audiobook of her memoir, like the book that she wrote. It's something different about hearing her tell those stories than actually like reading it. Mama's crazy.
I need to listen.
I just read it. At least you listened to it, right? Yeah. Mm-mm.
And I love it, except for when she's singing on it.
All right.
That's like,
stop singing my part now, baby.
That is crazy. And Mariah, this is live. You knew that, right? We don't know that she messed up.
That's what I said. She could have kept it going.
Like, why did she have to put that lady out there like that? We wouldn't have known anything.
She made a song called Honey, but didn't drink some honey before she started singing on that damn book.
Because you know she also smoked cigarettes.
At night.
And drank a lot of champagne.
Bubbly.
Unfiltered cools. All right.
So wait. On the MTV Unplugged, there was a video that came, like they did the whole thing, right? But there was like a famous video from that. Was it Emotions?
Nah, I'll be there.
I'll be there with Trailer. With Trailer.
Friends. So that's your moment.
I guess so, because it came on the box a lot.
All right.
There's that.
You know, videos used to be a thing. I used to just watch videos all day, and I remember that one vividly. Yeah.
So since, got Miss Philly here, I know you'll remember this live album, the Flowicism Live.
I fantasize about you. Hey!
I mean,
yes!
Them lesbians can have whatever they want from me.
He is so crazy and inflammatory.
That really did something to me.
I have a story actually about that live. So me and Muse went to Clark Atlanta University. We didn't know each other in school though. And so they would always get promotions like to our campus all the time. And so their label did a promotion for the live, and they had a viewing party of the live DVD. And I still have the poster. I just moved back home to Philly after being in New York for a million years. And my mom found the poster in my apartment. In my childhood bedroom. So it's down in my new house. And I love that album so much. And there was a recorded song on the live. And I wanna hold on, let me pull it up because I wanna shout it out, because outside of Fantasize, this other song was my favorite.
I really thought that I was.
Have Faith.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Have Faith is yes. So that's my moment.
Yeah.
I used to wear this DVD out.
Me too. Yeah, I had the DVD. Yeah. Oh gosh, I used to wear that out.
Hey You, closing it with Hey You.
Yes.
I'm watching that today.
And I was impressed
that once we get off here.
That I have to. I like the fact they ended with that. It makes sense.
I'm gonna watch that when I get home tomorrow. I am.
I'm definitely gonna watch that this weekend. Ooh, yes. That was so good.
Yes.
That is a song. Ooh.
Yeah, I like that whole thing. This isn't my idea of fun. All right.
Listen.
She's like, it's not fun, yo. Okay. Now her little accent.
What a way to go. That group has
all right. Let's see where I want to go next. How about we mentioned this. We're talking Mary J. Blige the tour.
I feel like maybe when she does I'm Going Down. Is that my moment? Oh
no, I just hate that song. Period.
It's for me, every Mary concert is the crowd. So I feel like the crowd response was just my favorite. I think my crowd song is always my favorite when she does that. Or when she dances and everybody go Mary, go Mary.
Yeah, I just don't like that song. I don't like the original song, so.
Wouldn't know a thing, never seen it.
Wait, you never seen it? You never listened to Mary J. live album?
Ooh. I have a very
she had.
He has mixed feelings about Mary.
Yeah.
Well, she had she had a pack of cools and a Seagrams right before she got on that stage. So what you're doing that live album.
I've seen Mary live and I enjoy her live. She puts on a really good show. She headlined since the year that I went.
And she gonna crush Bruce Picnic. I'm gonna be
out there going off just like her.
With her little dances.
From past weeks, wasn't interested, didn't care.
Yeah, so Muse has nothing to add to that.
I just think that I love her. I love her impact, but African American has just given Mary J. Blige a lot for me. And
He is not a married person like how the world is.
I know. Oh, I know.
And I feel like I can separate my personal thoughts with like what she actually has done for me and the community and all of that. So respect is given. But Mary J. wasn't singing like the world was saying she was singing until like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and she's been out my whole life.
She ain't really get vocally great until the breakthrough.
Yeah, and that was what I was in college.
Yeah, that was my first year of college. Yep, I love her, but vocally, no.
Yeah, so I just be like, and then it's like people like us, music heads, that just be going off about Mary, and I'm just like, but y'all say y'all like vocals, and y'all are not holding her to the carpet that wasn't her give. I just like for people to be honest.
Thank you.
That's all.
It doesn't take away the love you have for your artist. I criticize everybody.
Yep.
You have to critique your faves though. That's the thing. People don't want to critique their faves. How they gonna get better if you aren't honest with your faves?
Or how
Look, we critiqued Rihanna and she took her ass right down to the vocal people. Cause we was like, girl, it's giving recorded, it's giving not coming to the show till you work something out, baby.
That's another bitch with a band though.
Oh yeah.
Rihanna band.
Yeah, I saw her live. I saw her. It was like a party for real.
Yeah.
And they like Philly musicians. They like all her band is Philly church musicians.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
all right. And last but not least, Erykah Badu live.
Yeah.
That makes me cry.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all how first of all, me and Erykah, that's my birthday twin, February 26th. So I have a lot of spiritual connection to Erykah. But like, I don't know if y'all do this in y'all cities, but when you go off to your prom in Philly, your family like has like food and people come over to watch you walk down the steps. From your room.
Yeah, they do that in Baltimore. Yeah, they do.
Like,
yeah, they definitely do that down south. So yeah.
Yeah.
So you come down the steps, you stand at the end at the bottom of the steps, and your family take pictures with you in your outfit, and then you go to the prom. So my song to come down the steps to was Yayo. That song ain't got shit to do with prom, but that was my song.
Stephanie, that is probably the most ratchet story that you've ever
And I walked the sun in the east and the moon reflects, okay? In my drawers, there was a copy of a Pink, and like Pink the singer. I copied her MTV VMA dress. And I had the Aaliyah hump with the ponytail.
It's getting worse.
In Auburn, and it was necklace, and I had like a fake Ankh tattoo on my back. It was a whole thing. And I walked down the steps to Yayo, Erykah Badu.
That story was disturbing.
So on our podcast, we fight over who's the most ghetto. Stephanie wins.
Y'all do.
For that story.
Every time she was like, excuse me.
That was so much going on.
Wait a minute, because
that was very noisy.
I can't say his story, and then Stephanie, his be ghetto as hell too. But then Stephanie will do her, and then he'll be like, "You're just so ghetto." I'll be like, "What?"
It's a ghetto off.
It's a ghetto off.
Sorry, that was my song. That was my ringtone. But then I swapped it to Orange Moon after. Like, Yayo was my song. You hear me?
Giving urban.
I cannot believe you.
Listen, y'all. That song was a moment for me. Still is.
We see. I'm gonna have to go with Searching because he's got to be my uncle somewhere down the line. Like, I love anything that Roy Ayers do. So her doing Searching, y'all.
Oh my God.
I don't have an elaborate like prom moment to go along with that, but my moment is Searching. Don't nobody do prom like Philly do prom. That is just elaborate.
Listen, your family got the hot wings, the cake, the fruit tray.
I think that most people have the little pictures beforehand. They see you off, but it's not a cookout. Like, it's just pictures and then you leave.
Right.
You be there taking pictures with your family for like an hour because everybody want a picture. Child, I got versions with my actual family, church that came over. It's so many pictures. So you got a lot, like an hour to 2 hours before you have a whole party before you go to your prom.
Wow.
But back in the days, I don't think they do nothing now with these young people.
No, this is like a thing. Like Philly is known on the internet for having very outrageous prom entrances. So this is a thing. I didn't know that you had one. That's why
I ain't had no camel or nothing like Saudia, but
the camel thing was in Philly. Like they go crazy for prom.
Well,
Arabian Nights and Arabian Days, like what? A camel?
Do y'all know what he's talking about? There's like this viral video from a few years ago, this prom see-off in Philly where the theme for his party was Arabian Nights, and his mom had a mural painted like on the wall, on the block. They brought sand, like it was sand like on the block, and they had a camel, and the camel was like standing there, and then the boy came out the house to take the pictures to go to the prom, and it went viral.
He didn't have on like a prom suit or like a tux. He had on like a Aladdin, like buttons down all the way to the ground tunic and like slacks to match with like a velvet slipper. I was just like, where am I right now?
Listen, prom be the like peak of a lot of young people in Philly life. So you know the parents gotta go all out. They ain't spending the money on college, they spending the money on the prom go off party.
I respect
that. Yeah, my thing on there, I love that struggle performance of Stay. I love it.
Not struggle performance.
Because she thinks she's Shaka.
But I love it. But I know it sounds struggly as fuck. It sounded struggly from the first time I ever heard it, but I felt the emotion. Like I don't know. The emotion did it for me. But the vocal, no, that's a vocal mess. But yeah. And I'm diehard Erica fan, but that was much. That was much.
She's probably one of my all-time favorite artists. So I don't even know if I thought this Stay sounded bad. I might need to go back and listen to it.
It do.
She's probably my favorite person to see live too. I've seen her live pretty much every year since I was 16.
Yeah,
she's so great live.
Different every single time. I love that.
Yeah, she knows about showmanship. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. And what I hate on that album, and JR always say, I hate Tyrone.
I do too.
I never want to hear Tyrone ever again.
I only like it to sing. It's very fun to sing at karaoke, and that's it. Otherwise, I will not play that song.
Same.
I agree.
Same. I am not a Tyrone girl. I was when it first came out, but you know, like it's certain songs just get dragged in the ground so bad. You just like, oh god. So that's how I feel about Tyrone. I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't.
They wore that out.
Tyrone is like the only song white people know of Erykah Badu, and stuff like that makes me
mad. Sometimes it's the only song the black people know, because I remember I went to a show and they were like, what you want to do Tyrone? Because she don't even be doing that song that much no more, unless people start being mad and yelling. Yeah. And they're like, when's she gonna do Tyrone? That's what we want to hear. And I was just like, I be hating being a music snob, but I don't be wanting to hear the singles all the time.
I like being a music snob because people don't have taste.
They didn't honestly do a special show for the snobs and just
they should.
and just sing
no singles.
Just two singles, the first and the last song, maybe a single. Everything else in the middle.
That part.
Like how Jay-Z did B-sides. I would love if more R&B singers did B-sides tours, because that would be.
I fuck with JoJo as bad as I do. We was talking about her in the beginning because she did a whole like EP specific and like covers tour where she didn't do none of the singles. She just did deep cuts. I was like, go off. Mm-hmm. People don't think about doing stuff like that, but there's.
But you know who else?
There's an audience
Rihanna tours. Rihanna does mostly deep cuts. When you see her live, like you know how Beyonce just do single.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna is going to deep cut the shit out of you. She gonna do a couple singles, but they're gonna be transitional or whatever moments. But like, I don't know how deep y'all are into Rihanna, but she opened the Diamonds tour with Mother Mary.
Yep.
Opening song.
Like I wanted for love without love. What is it?
Love Without Tragedy. Marilyn Monroe. She performs that.
Marilyn Monroe.
She will perform the shit out of a deep cut, and that's why I love going to Rihanna tours.
She makes the deep cuts seem like they were singles because she go and perform them. Like Numb was not a single. Didn't get no video play, wasn't nothing like that. Didn't even have a video. She like, that's the first fast song she do sometimes.
Yeah.
She know music. People say whatever they want to about Rihanna, but she know music and she knows culture. She knows impact better.
And she know what her fans want to hear. She know we don't want to hear these little like silly singles. We don't want to hear S&M, girl.
I really don't even think that Rihanna like none of her music except for Anti today. Yeah. She might still perform Blue Boy. That's it.
Yeah, but she's not giving us no more music, so.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap for you, boy.
Yeah. Well, y'all, how about y'all tell us in the audience where we can find you and, you know, anything that you have coming up, or tell them what's a favorite thing y'all done. Just, it's time for y'all to just talk about y'all. Go in, go off, sis and bruh.
You start off, Steph, this time.
Well, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. The Psyce Pod, and Psyce is spelled P. Maybe I shouldn't be the one with the list. Okay. Shouldn't be spelling it.
Find us.
Stop
you
it.
Can find us on all platforms as the Psyce Podcast. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's everything. As PSYCE Podcast. Separately, I am the man, the Muse. Also on all platforms as that. Steph.
I'm on Twitter as So14Below. I do have an Instagram, but I'm never really on it anymore. So you can just find me via. Oh, but you can find me on my film club's Instagram, Be Real, REEL, Black Cinema Club. So if you're interested in independent Black film, if you're a Black filmmaker and you want to screen your film, like that's what I do through the film club. So definitely like hit me up. And yeah, I mean, our podcast is fun. Like we just laughing, joking, nerding out about music. We really started the podcast because it's so easy to be, at the time we started the podcast, to be negative about the state of R&B at that time. I think a lot of us on R&B Twitter were just like, oh, we hate this. And we was like, me and Muse, like, well, what do we like? Like, what do we like right now? Like, because we hate everything currently, but there got to be something we like. And so, you know, the word Psyce in DC slang means to like hype something up or like, you know, give something its flowers. And so we were like, all right, we're going to start a podcast where we talk about the things that we do like. And it's been really great to like build community with other people who love Black music the same way that we do. You know, we've met people like y'all, met people like Chastity from Midnight R&B. You know, it's the whole London crew. Shout out to Sope and all of them over there. And just also getting to like, you know, interact with artists that we really like. Just publicly standing. So I think a lot of the artists that all of us like, that are like contemporary artists, you know, they don't really get to see how people love them, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that if you're like a new or independent artist, you're like, oh man, I didn't get this nomination, or I only got this amount of followers, but they don't get to like see the people that like love them. Like when y'all had Be My Fiasco, well, let me tell y'all something. I set an alarm. I said I need to be in front of my computer 10 minutes before this shit start, because it was from my friend Vic like told me about her project. I think like the following week you talked about her on your weekly music roundup. And I was like, yo, this album is so good. I put Muse onto it. I shared it with some other people. Shout out to Ed from Anderson Street, Philly. And we all were like, we love this album. We love this girl. And I don't think that if she wasn't on y'all show, that she would know how many people love her music.
Yes.
You know, and so like I think it's just been a really great experience to just amplify the people that we love because they deserve it. You know, it's so many independent artists out here that's crushing it. So when the people be like, "Oh, R&B dead," I'll be like, "Dead where?"
Where?
Psyce already got a show, a weekly show. If R&B is dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
you know what I'm saying?
Providing the platform for people to know that the music that they want is actually out there, right? We started the podcast from a group chat. We were just talking about music all day long with our homeboys, people we graduated school from, and we was the ones that took it seriously. Like we was like, all right, we're gonna really do this podcast shit and just like talk about music. So one of the things I like the most about doing the show is the Psyce is really just a phone conversation sometimes between me and Steph. It's literally what we would just be talking about anyway. So recording it and then letting people listen and get that insight into the things that we like, it also shows that you're not alone if like you only listen to Janae from back in the day. You're not alone if you like still be in the nooks and the crannies of people's vocals and listening to acapellas and downloading music and stuff like that. Like I used to do all of that, been a music nerd my whole life. LimeWire was an app on my phone like messages are. Like it was literally like that. I don't know. It's just been fun to see the response of people that like fuck with us since day one. And like people like y'all who always show love, like we just really appreciate it because we think it just be us sometimes, right? Like Steph says this thing about me where she's like, Muse is alone in so many things. Cause I just be like, it's just me. Like I'm the only person that cares about certain stuff, but the Psyce really shows us that it's other people too.
Oh yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I think what's so dope about all of us that are doing this Black music thing is that like we all have different like nooks of it as well, right? Because what I love about y'all is that y'all will take it back to like 52 on them and be like, yo, this Stax record from 52, it got sampled by this person at 88. And I like, my mind be so blown because I have an older parent. So a lot of music, you know, a lot of younger kids, they don't know their parents' music is our music, you know?
Yeah.
But like growing up, having an older mom and, you know, being around my grandparents, so like some of the songs y'all talk about also just felt, I remember like being back at my great grandmom's house or, you know, things, I might have known this artist from this one song that my grandparents would bop to, but I don't know their catalog and I can come to y'all and like learn all that. And on top of that, y'all also be tapped in with who's out now. And I think like the breadth of what y'all offer is great. Like Chastity be keeping us posted on like the years. Cause the 25th anniversary of Love Jones, I was like, that's my favorite soundtrack. Wait, you know, like, and I love that. And what I was saying to her when I was on her show was I love that she, through these videos, has created an archive. So people who like don't know who John B is 20 years from now can go to her page and be like, oh, this guy did this XYZ. And like, she's just really, really good at getting people to tell their story. I was like, she like the unsung for like a one woman unsung.
Yeah.
And I think like that's her lane. It's really like she like I work in museums, so I always think about archive. Like she is like the archive. You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all are like the history book, and we the clowns, the class clowns. But
exactly.
But you know, and it's just really cool to see because like, you know, we're in a space now where everybody is like Black history, Black culture, Black da 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 da. And I think that like we're all able to do it in a way that's like historical, but it's still fun, it's still engaging, and you walk away learning something.
Yes.
Yes. What we're talking about, and that's something that's missing in a lot of these podcasts.
Because you got a lot of people with them check marks that don't know what the hell they talking about. And told a lot of that.
They get the clicks, they get the clacks, they get the platforms, but the actual like knowledge is not there. And we goofy as fuck, but it's going to be rooted in fact. Our show is not an opinion-based show at all. And I could like dislike something and still give you the good things about it because I know the facts and the history, and I'm gonna make you laugh. And that's like all of that is important. So seeing all of those different spaces we're able to tap into, and we are all like on the come up, that's everything to me.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Because the blue checks in a minute will say some obvious ass music fact, and be like, I'm today's years old that I learned this basic motherfucking thing. I'm like, oh, if you don't know that, I don't expect people to know everything.
And it be the people at the labels.
Yeah.
Like the label. I mean, like, what?
That like month that I was on Clubhouse, I was like, Stephanie, I can't stay here. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
I would go to their LinkedIn because I'm always trying to get a new job. So I was on the LinkedIn looking at, wait, you're the head of artist development at.
Like, well, it's like, well, no wonder, the cultures and the state is in, because the people that's in charge of it don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Facts.
So that explains a lot. Mm-hmm. But I digress. But yes. Yes, we'll definitely have to have y'all back. Talk about another.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all need to come on our show.
Talk about whatever.
We on it. Listen,
our lives together.
Let us know. We there.
We got our lives together, y'all. We've had a lot of transition and change in the last few months. So any episodes everybody get from us is winging a prayer.
I be trying to keep us on schedule, and then it just be giving like, oh, well, I got this, and this, and then that, and that.
That's a lease. That is a lease.
Life be life in the people.
Life be life, and yo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we thank y'all, and and we're proud of y'all, and y'all y'all so damn silly. And,
that's what I love about them. They are so silly, but they give you the facts and music, and they put you on the new people, because these two stand for them some Tinashe. Let me tell you.
Hey, I was just gonna call her out on the show.
I was trying to say her name.
I had to do it for y'all because I know y'all do. So y'all made me start to like her a little more because of y'all. So
it got your name more people. It's working.
I just, again, alone in so many things, but that little girl knows music. I don't care what people say about how she can't dress, because she can't. I don't care what people say about her vocals. She puts on a very good show. She sings live the entire time. Her set list is impeccable, and the music. She is an amazing artist. But people get caught up in the stuff that they like are used to, and what they like and what they think is supposed to be. White people let Madonna be the ruler of the world for way too long for us to talk shit about Rihanna and Tinashe. I'm sorry.
Another topic for another show.
Yeah.
Tinashe up because you know he about to go off.
Yeah.
But yes, y'all. Thank the viewers for watching us. Make sure to share this with your folks, and you think we want to hear some good music content, and we will catch y'all on the next Catch That. Peace.